Like it or not, digital comics are here to stay, and I really don't have a problem with that. When you look at comic books that are 40 years old and how they can be remastered to look like this, I can say that the future is going to be looking very pretty. What I wanted to demonstrate here was how comic apps and comic books in general could be improved. I really wanted to read the Captain Marvel story with Thanos. I looked it up on the Marvel app on the iPad and found exactly what I wanted to read. When I started reading the story, I noticed lots of little asterisks throughout the books. I believe that these reference marks should be hyperlinked so that you can go right to the store and purchase the books if you want to, once you read about what they are. A prime example of this is from Captain Marvel number 32. At the end of the book, it's mentioning that the story continues in the Avengers and then followed by the next issue. But it doesn't say exactly what Avengers issue it is, and this is 40 years old. So if you could click on the Avengers word, find out what book it was, and then you can go right to the store and purchase that same book. And here's a quick mock-up of actually using an iPad doing this. I'm looking at that story and clicking on the Avengers. There it is. I may or may not want to buy it. I click off of it, it goes away. Or I can click back on it again. There's the book that I'm looking for. Click on it, and then I can purchase it if I want to. Another thing I like to see on apps is a reference timeline. If you were looking at Captain Marvel and needed to know that the next book that you need to read is the Avengers, then you can look at the future timeline and see that that's the next book that you needed to buy, and then follow it by the next issue of Captain Marvel itself. Or if you need to know that there were some past books that you also needed to know about, that gave you some history of what you were reading and had those little asterisks that were in the books, this would be a great way to know what books you needed to read to have a full story. Thanks for watching my video, and give me a comment to let me know what you think. Join us on I'd Rather Be Reading Comics.com, Facebook, or Twitter.